It's the New Day. New Day, one of the greatest tag teams and factions in WWE professional wrestling history. The epic heel turn and breakup happened just exactly 1 year ago. And I can honestly say the heel turn of the New Day is one of the worst heel turns in professional wrestling history because of how much WWE fumbled the ball. And to have the heel turn that they had with Xavier and Kofi, instead of breaking up, turning on Big E and blaming their failures as a team over the years on Big E because he got hurt and hasn't been part of the tag team was brilliant. And WWE fumbled it. New Day was the hottest act as the entire locker room turned on them, as the entire fan base turned on them. Even Stu was like, I can't believe y'all, man. Like, Stu, like, New Day was so hot. Like, their own family members would be in the crowd and they would turn on them. It was so good. And then nothing. It boggles my mind. We did all this work and then you do nothing. So today, we're going to rebook the New Day heel turn, and we're going to do it right now. And it starts with the New Day getting tag team title shots at Saturday Night's main event at the top of the year, right before Royal Rumble, going against the Viking Raiders, who just won the tag team championships versus Judgment Day. But that doesn't matter because a New Day, thanks to heel tactics, defeat the Viking Raiders to become your new Raw Tag Team Champions. After that, the New Day boast and they talk about how we told you so. We told you that all we needed was us. Over the past years, we couldn't even sniff these tag team championships. And after we got done with Big E, we got done with the locker room, we got done with you dumb fans, we were able to win again, showing that we were right the entire time. We didn't need you, we don't want you, but you need and want us. But you can't have us. Why? Because New Day rocks. Now, at the same edition of Raw, Xavier and Kofi go to Adam Pearce to get the Royal Rumble numbers like they've been doing over the past decade. However, Adam Pearce says, sorry to cut it to you guys, but there's only one ball for the both of you. So you're going to have to decide which one is going to be in the Royal Rumble this year. And of course, Xavier and Kofi's like, this is unbelievable. Like, y'all trying to screw us again. Like, what are we going to do? And now Kofi and Xavier are arguing about who should be in the Royal Rumble. Kofi's like, come on, you know how I give it up at the Royal Rumble. Like, I'm really him like that. And Xavier's like, yeah, that's cool, but you never won the match. So, like, how great are you? Now it's like, what are you trying to say? Like, I didn't mean like that, but I'm just, like, yeah. And so they start arguing over the next week. And then on social media, like, who deserves to be in the Royal Rumble? And Xavier's like, I never even had a chance to even come close to winning the Rumble. I never even had a chance of becoming a single champion. Like, I need this. Like, there's been Kofi Mania. Like, Kofi has had his multiple opportunities. He's won multiple championships. Like, I need this, man. Which leads to the night of Royal Rumble where Kofi is like, you know what? You're right. You are right. And I absolutely believe you're going to beat those 29 other jabronis, or whatever they call them. And so Xavier goes out there. He's a house of fire. He's cheating. He's low blowing. He's raking eyes, all kind of stuff. But then he runs into Uso, and Jet Uso super kicks Xavier out the Royal Rumble, and now Xavier is pissed. Like, never, like, more pissed than we ever seen him before in our lifetime. Like, Xavier wants blood. And before the end of the Royal Rumble, Xavier comes back along with Kofi to distract Jet Uso. Jet Uso gets eliminated from the Rumble. And Kofi and Xavier make fun of Jay, say ha ha, ha 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 ha. Which leads to Elimination Chamber, where Jay gets his revenge by pinning Xavier to qualify for Elimination Chamber. Meanwhile, Kofi defeats Jimmy Uso to qualify for Elimination Chamber. And now, potentially, Kofi or Jey Uso could win the Elimination Chamber and challenge Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. But nada! After Kofi gets a little bit of a pepper spray from Xavier by Xavier sliding it through the chamber, he uses it on Jey Uso, Trouble in Paradise, 1, 2, 3, and of course Kofi turns around, runs into John Cena, and John Cena eliminates him from the chamber as well. And now Kofi, Xavier, Jay, and Jimmy are fighting on the outside of the chamber. Security is out. Adam Pearce is like, get these guys out of here. Which leads to WrestleMania. The Usos challenging the New Day one more time. This time, for the first time, 2v2 or 1v1, however you want to phrase it, at WrestleMania. And the Usos talking about, you cost us both the Rumble and Elimination Chamber because you guys weren't good enough to do it on your own. And the New Day say, hey, you snooze, you lose. You should have been having your head on a swivel. It's anything goes. There are no rules. You just mad that you got by the greatest tag team in professional wrestling history in the New Day. And now they tell the story of the Usos being like, no, we're the greatest of all time. We beat your record for being the longest reigning tag team champions of all time. And the New Day is like, that's cool, but we won the most tag team titles in the history of the WWE. We're the greatest tag team. And Adam Pearce is like, okay, you know what? We're gonna find out who is the greatest tag team, because at WrestleMania Las Vegas, it will be the Usos challenging the tag team champions of the New Day, and not just any kind of match, a ladder match. So yes, the Usos versus the New Day in a ladder match at WrestleMania for the tag team championships. And right before WrestleMania, the Usos talk about how can these guys be the greatest of all time when they never even won as a team at WrestleMania. Did we forget that? Look at the record books. And then Kofi rebuttals with, well, that's cool and all, but I've been able to do the one thing that you guys haven't done, and that's become world champion at WrestleMania. Do y'all forget that? Dummies, losers. I'm a former hell, I'm a former US and IC champion, something Jimmy don't even know about. Don't talk to me about accolades. Meanwhile, the Usos were playing mind games because then they look at Xavier, and Xavier's not too happy. And Xavier's like, what, you calling me a loser? I never won the world title or even the US, so am I a loser? And Kofi's like, no, what I'm saying, you're not a loser. I mean, hell, you helped me become world champion. You helped me and it's like, oh, you know, okay, cool, that's cool, whatever. And so now you have that tension between Kofi and Xavier. But we get to WrestleMania in Las Vegas for the tag team championships. The New Day are whooping the Usos' ass. Get the better of the Usos, leading to Xavier and Kofi climbing that ladder. And it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. They're about to reach for the tag team champions, but wait, there's more. Then out of nowhere, Big E gets into the ring, knocks over Kofi and Xavier, gets his revenge for how he was treated at the New Day anniversary celebration, and just walks off. And the Usos climb that ladder and become your new tag team champions. As Xavier and Kofi could not believe their eyes as Big E got his revenge. The night or the Monday after WrestleMania or Monday Night Raw, who comes out with the Usos but wherever they were at, what city were they at after WrestleMania, doesn't matter. Don't you dare be sour. Clap for Warrior, I think it's like 9-time champs, and feel the power. It's just me, Uce. Day one, it's just me, Uce. Yes, Big E walks out to the ring with the Usos. New Day comes out. Xavier comes out and says, you know what, Big E, you hurt us at WrestleMania. You know how much it meant to us to finally win as a team at WrestleMania. You know how much that was piercing in our souls. You know that feeling, and you took our hearts and you stomped on it, Big E. But that's fine, because brothers fight, siblings fight. Speaking of siblings, doesn't your fiance have one? Kofi comes out there with someone in a hooded mask as they roll over the floor, and it's Mia Yim. For those that don't know, Big E's fiance is the sister of Mia Yim. It's like, well, you know what? You have chosen your new family, so now we're going to break yours. And they take out Mia Yim, and Big E is pissed, and the Usos are holding Big E back because they know Big E is not medically cleared to do anything, and he could get hurt. And so now security comes out there as they take out Mia Yim, and New Day said, you better give us our tag team championships or else we break her neck like yours. And the Usos like, all right, fine. Just don't hurt her. Come on, man. Come on, Kofi. Xavier, we know each other since FCW, man. Come on, man. Come on. It can't be this serious, dog. Come on. And they're like, you right. Just give us our title shots. But they're like, fine, man. Damn. You got it. So it's the Usos versus the New Day for the tag team championships. And the Usos lose those tag team championships very quickly to the New Day, as the New Day again are not playing. And they do the final rubber match at Saturday Night's main event, and not only in Florida, in Tampa, the stamping grounds of FCW. I know that's true, but we're gonna make it like it is today. But they go over the history of the Usos coming together and the New Day coming through FCW, trying to blaze their own path, and how they got to this very specific moment. Again, trying to determine who is the greatest tag team of all time. It ends here. Usos, New Day for the last time. And because of miscommunication between Jay and Jimmy throughout the match, New Day take advantage, defeat the Usos in the steel cage. 1, 2, 3, and still your Raw Tag Team Champions, the New Day. And as the New Day are celebrating, lights go out. The piano key is heard around the world. The Wyatt Six make their return versus the New Day. The Wyatts over the next couple weeks, Uncle Howdy talks about losing his brother and how there's nothing more important than family, and yet you decided to turn on yours. I could never even imagine that. You must be made whole, but before you can be made whole, you must be broken apart. And at Night of Champions, it is the New Day versus the Wyatt Six, and throughout the match, Uncle Howdy and Wyatt Six are playing mind games as they play highlights of the New Day, from the New Day coming out the cereal box of WrestleMania, as the New Day become tag team champions, as the New Day host WrestleMania, as the New Day celebrate, as Kofi Kingston becomes WWE champion, as they celebrate as Big E becomes WWE champion. They show all these highlights of the New Day together, as well as winning accomplishments, and it gets Kofi and Xavier a little emotional, but they still have a match to do, and the New Day get their ass handed to them, and the Wyatt Six easily defeat the New Day as miscommunication between Xavier and Kofi becomes bigger and bigger. And now, after losing those tag team championships, the New Day say, we have some soul searching to do. And we don't see the New Day for the next month or so, out of sight, out of mind. Then, at SummerSlam, the Street Profits retain their tag team championships in a TLC match. And out of nowhere, as the Street Profits are celebrating, out comes Xavier, out comes Kofi Kingston, taking out the Street Profits as they raise those SmackDown Tag Team Championships high. And the New Day say on the following SmackDown, you know, we were sitting at home trying to figure out what to do as we were on a much needed and earned vacation from you guys. And we saw this tag team in the Street Profits, be it our mini clones, from the interest to their trying to engage with the fans. That's all us. And yet you accept them, but you boo us? No. We're going to show you the difference between a replica and the real thing. And we're going to prove that at Clash in Paris. And the Street Profits say, oh, no, don't be mad at us, man. Don't be mad at us, dog. Because they rock with us because we are real. We're authentic. We ain't not like you. You turned on Big E. That was bad, dog. That was crazy, dog. You tripping, bruh. We will never turn on each other no matter what happens. And then Kofi's like, are you sure about that? So it's the New Day versus Street Profits at Clash in Paris. And in a shocking turn of events, B-Fab turns on the Street Profits and joins the New Day as the New Day become your new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And B-Fab explains, I've been with the Street Profits for damn near 2 years. It has gotten me nothing. I have not fought for anything. I have not gained anything. I was just their sidekick. I was their mascot. And the New Day helped me realize that it's time for me to go for mine. I'm not here just to be a pretty face and a nice body. I'm here to win titles, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. As the New Day help B-Fab not only train, but go after the Women's U.S. Championship and defeat former best friend in Michin to not only challenge for the Women's United States Championship, but eventually win the Women's United States Championship. And now B-Fab, for the first time in her WWE career, has gold herself. And now the New Day are all gold, everything. Shout out to Trinidad James. They look like money. They smell even better. And now the New Day have a new energy, a new direction, and a new member in B-Fab. And over the next month or so, they are on cloud nine. Nobody can touch them. They beat everybody. Nobody can come close to them. But then, on a random SmackDown, Jimmy Uso challenges Solo Sikoa for the U.S. Championship and defeats Solo Sikoa to become the new United States Champion. The whole locker room comes out there to celebrate, with Jimmy and Kofi and Xavier and B-Fab are backstage, and Kofi's going to Xavier like, can you believe this? Like, ain't this a trip, bro? Like, that's wild. And Xavier's like, yeah, that is wild. And over the next month, Kofi and Xavier are kind of having miscommunication and not on the same accord. They're barely winning their matches, or even losing via counter or disqualification because it's just not on the same page. And eventually it all comes to a head going into Survivor Series, where they're going to defend their tag team titles versus 3 other teams in a 4 quarters elimination match. And Kofi's like, you gotta have your head on straight, man. We're not even on the same book. Forget the same page. What is going on with you, dog? Like, ever since, like, I can't even, like, you know what? Ever since Jimmy won the U.S. Championship, you changed, man. Like, this is what all this is about because of little Jimmy, bro? Are you serious? Like, nobody's concerned about him. Like he's a nobody. He's an Uso, dog. Like, nobody care about no freaking Jimmy Uso. Yeah, he won the U.S. Championship. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. Like, it's the New Day, man. B-Fab, man. Get it together. Meanwhile, B-Fab sits down with Xavier like, yo, what's going on, big bro? And Xavier's like, dog, I don't know, just seeing Jimmy win that U.S. Championship, realizing that I've been here for damn near 12 years and what do I have to show for it? I won tag team championships and all, but the goal was always to become a singles champion. And I never, ever have come close to even doing that here. Kofi doesn't understand. I mean, he's won every single title you can in this company. But you should understand more than anyone. And B-Fab's like, I do, man. I get. There's a certain hunger and a certain space in your heart that can't be fulfilled with anything unless you have gold. I get it. You know what, Xavier? Maybe it's time for you to do what's best for you, man. I don't know what that looks like, but maybe you have to do what's best for you because until you overcome that hurdle, that obstacle, you're never going to be whole, bro. And so now we have Survivor Series, War Games, where the New Day defend their tag team championships in a 4 quarters match. And in the very beginning of the match, the New Day get eliminated by the Street Profits, and Kofi Kingston is furious. He is pissed off like we've never seen him pissed off before, to where he doesn't even pick up his own brother and Xavier. He walks off, leaving his own brother in the ring. As Kofi's just talking smack to himself and just, I can't believe this, man. Like, after all the thing I've sacrificed and done, we can't even win, like, eliminated the first 5 seconds. Like, are you serious? Like, what the fuck? However, through all that, the New Day still have their 11-year celebration as B-Fab sets all this up to keep the brothers together, to cheer up her New Day members, as clearly Kofi and Xavier are not on the same accord, just like they weren't a year ago. And B-Fab was like, come on, Kofi, like, Xavier really wants you to be here, man. And Kofi's like, for real? Like, even after what happened at War Games, like, yeah, come on, man. Like, Xavier really wants you here, bro. Like, he really wants to do the celebration, man. It means too much to him. And Kofi's like, all right. Then B-Fab goes to Xavier like, yo, Kofi really wants this. Really wants to celebrate, man. Like, he's sorry for what happened at War Games and Survivor Series. Like, he's sorry. And Xavier's like, really? Like, yeah. Like, okay. And so B-Fab is kind of the glue that brings New Day together for the 11-year celebration. And they go over the highlights of the past year as being the best year of their entire career, as they were able to prove that they could do it on their own, without Big E, without the locker room, and without each and every one of you. We've proven that we are the greatest tag team of all time, the greatest faction of all time, and nobody can touch us. And Kofi's like, yeah, man, like, nothing can touch us. Nothing can get in the way of our success. Nobody can get in the way of our success except us. And Xavier's like, what? Boom! Trouble in paradise. Kofi turns on Xavier. And B-Fab looks in shock as Kofi leaves Xavier again, just like he did at War Games. But this time, it's for good, as Xavier is left in the middle of the ring in a pile of his own blood, as Kofi Kingston completely takes out Xavier and says, we're done. We're done. We're through. I'm the New Day. It was always me. It will always be me. And then following a couple weeks later, Kofi Kingston takes out Jimmy Uso and becomes your new United States champion. And now the question is, Where does Xavier Woods go from here? And that's how you do the New Day heel turn. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, share all the things are the things. If you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. Suck it.